At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. But I'm sitting there headed back to the crib, right? And I'm thinking about boss chicks, right? And I'm observing how these boss chicks move, right? And the thing is, the end of the road for them is not what they think it's gonna be, right? You know, first off, let me say, you know, I'm proud of these women. You know, I'm proud of these boss chicks. You know, when these women, you know, they're going out, they're starting, you know, businesses, they're doing big things, they're accomplishing a lot of goals that a lot of men aren't doing. They're doing all these huge things, man. So let me just say, first off, I'm proud of you, right? You're doing big things. But newsflash, this thing is not going to end the way you expect it is.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
Now let me be clear. When I say boss chicks, I'm talking about a specific type woman, right? I'm not talking about your career women. Your women that are trying to just better themselves and they're going to school, they're getting these jobs, they're entering the workforce and doing great things. I'm not talking about them. I'm not even talking about your entrepreneurial women that are, you know, creating new things and starting small businesses and selling hair and all that stuff. I'm not even talking about them. When I say boss chick, I'm not talking about, you know, what they're doing. I'm more talking about the place they're coming from. And when I say boss chick, I'm talking about a woman that wants to step in her full masculinity and operate in that. You know what I'm saying? So let me be clear about what I'm talking about boss chicks. Because I know some boss chicks that are still broke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm mainly talking about that energy of that place you're trying to step into, right? Now, I know in your minds, sister boss chick, I know in your mind how you think is going to play out. In your mind, you think, you know what? Okay, I'm on this. I'm in this energy. I'm about getting this bag, and what I'm going to do is you know, you look at the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's of the world. You look at this power couple thing, you know, and you look at it from the outside, not knowing how the internal mechanics of this are working, and you say, you know what? That's what I want. I want to attract me a man that moves just like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, odds are that is not going to happen. You're talking about a very small percentage of people, men and women, that can move in that energy alike and be compatible. And I'm telling you, it may look like that on the outside, a lot of those relationships, but I'm telling you, the inner workings, or, you know, what's going on behind closed doors is I'm guaranteeing you is not what you think it is, right? Because what you have to understand is you're sitting here saying, hey, I want a guy to move like this, right? But what you don't understand is this guy you're talking about, like, he's not even attracted to you. The man that moves just like you're moving, the man that's in that masculine energy, the man that's getting that bag like you and doing all those things, he's not attracted to you on that level. I mean, yeah, he may look at you and be like, you know, yeah, she's getting that bag and she's winning and she's doing all this stuff and yada yada, and she's even fine. He can even appreciate that part of you, but he's not looking at you as a mate. Because the majority of men that move like that, the majority of men that move like, you know, what you're describing, they aren't looking for that. They aren't looking for that energy. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand. You have to understand that. Hold up. You have to understand that there's only there's a certain type of man that's attracted to the boss chick. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain type of man that's attracted to the boss chick. And the thing is, you have to understand that you're going to attract men that are living a capped off life. You know what I'm saying? I can remember when I was in a position where I lived a capped off life. That's the kind of woman I was attracted to. I look forward to, maybe one day getting a chick that was out getting the bag and grinding and all this stuff. Because when I looked at my life and said, now I want my life to expand. Like if I'm capped off, in other words, if I'm clocking in and clocking out every day and I'm capped off at 20,000, 100,000, 150,000, whatever, if I'm capped off, then I'm looking at my expansion. I'm saying the only way I can expand is to bring somebody on my team who can help me expand, right? But you have to understand that the mindset of this man that you're looking for, his mindset is not looking for a woman to come in and expand his territory, on her own 2 feet. What he's looking for is a woman to come in and do the things that he can't do in order that he can continue to expand. And I don't care what the man is doing. I don't care if he's running a multi-million-dollar company. I don't care if he's a professional shit shoveler. It doesn't matter. In other words, once a man has tapped into his purpose, which is the man that these boss chicks talking about they're looking for, they know that now they're in a position to expand. So when you got these guys and they're saying, hey, you know what, I want a family, I want kids, and all this type stuff, he's not looking for a boss chick. He wants that woman that's in her full femininity that takes care of home first. Now that's the deciding factor. A woman that takes care of home first. Because this is what I'm not saying. And this is what a lot of people get confused when they talk about women being in their femininity and women be like, well, I don't want to be in that position where I'm just sitting there cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. This is the thing. That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. Matter of fact, the last thing that a man should want is a woman in his life that's only there to take care of household duties and take care of the kids and cook the meals. I'm telling you, a woman is going to burn out ASAP. She's going to burn out in a very short amount of time if she's moving like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the most important things that most men look for. At least I look for. Like if I'm meeting a young lady, I don't give a dang what she does. I don't care if she's flipping burgers. I don't care if she's flipping fries. I don't care if she's CEO of Halliburton or Walmart. I don't care. That has no effect on me wanting to be with a woman. The thing that I want to know about a woman is, does she put home first? Is she a nurturer? Is she a caretaker? If we have kids, does she want to raise the kids or does she want to send them to daycare center? Right? That's one thing. But the second thing that is crucial, a man must know if a woman has passions, if she has her own purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if that's raising flowers. I don't care if that's making wreaths. I don't care if it's doing whatever. A woman has to have something to pour into. Now this is the thing. When I say a man doesn't want boss chicks, a man does want a woman that's doing her own thing, because what he wants to do is put her in position to fully go down that road. You want, a woman wants to get the bag and all that stuff. Yeah, get the bag. Yeah. But the woman needs to make sure that household is first, and then when it comes to your passion, we're gonna do all of that. You want a storefront to sell your coffee? We're gonna do that. You want to open up a shop and sell clothes? You want to sell weed? Whatever you want to do, we're gonna do that. I'm going to pour into that. But the thing about the boss chicks is they don't understand that home has to be priority first. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, these boss chicks, they're going to get to a point where, they get the bag, they make their millions or whatever they do, whether they broke or not, and they're going to try to attract this man. And it's not going to happen because what they're going to do, they're going to attract, because see, they're so much in their masculinity. They're not going to be able to do nothing but attract a man that wants to sit in that feminine role. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to start a whole nother chain of events of frustration. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that it doesn't end well for the boss chick. But the thing is this, if they can catch it early enough, they can change. I have a homegirl, right? And I call her my homegirl, but she's more like my little sister. She's almost more like a niece. My sister Ebony, man. Ebony, she lives up here in Dallas. And Ebony is a boss chick. Ebony is a boss chick. Ebony is in her 20s. She's worked for a huge company. I believe she worked for Fox, right? Worked for a huge company, stepped away from that, started her own companies. She owns like a soap company. That's where I buy all my soap from. I'll leave a link. in the description. Check her channel out, man. I buy all of her products. Soap company. She owns an ad company, and she's just winning, right? And she's always been in this boss energy, right? Boom, winning. She's been in movies. You know what I'm saying? So anything she puts her goals to, she's achieving it, right? But then Ebony swapped up and you know, she started talking about, you know, wanting a family and having children and having a husband. And she did something. She's done something over the last year and a half, 2 years, whatever. She's done something that I see very few women do that move in that energy, right? She began to channel that boss energy in a different direction. She was able to like her guy, her man, her future husband, what I was so man. I met the brother, cool brother, man, solid brother. One of the coolest brothers I've ever met, man. Entrepreneurial spirit. Now, what Ebony has done is taken that boss energy, this boss energy that was hands down was going to make her $1 million in a number of years. She's hands down going to be a millionaire at some point in life. She took that boss energy and channeled it to, it's kind of dark in there. She took that boss energy and channeled it into her man. So her man has his own company, right? Winning. I'm telling you, she's taking that energy and poured it into his business. Brother, there is no doubt. And matter of fact, I had breakfast with both of them last week. We sit there and chop, man. We kind of talked about their business, just had a good time, man. She's hands down. Now, this brother is sharp. He's going to do his thing. She is hands down going to make this man a multi-millionaire, whether he wants to or not. Because now she's pouring that energy into him. And that's what a lot of you boss chick women are going to have to realize. You know what Ebony has done is put her future husband and, you know, her future kids a priority, and she's channeling her energy through him. And a lot of times, while women don't like going that route, because they don't understand the check and balance of that. They don't understand that if they're pouring that God energy that's in them into their man, so their man can multiply, they don't understand that's nature's check and balance. They'll say, you know, well, I got to be a boss chick because ain't no man going yada, yada, yada. Once you pour that into a man, trust me, he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. That's what he wants. And once he can build a world off of what you're pouring into him, you're not going anywhere. That's life's check and balance. And I'm telling you, you know, when you boss chick, I see how you boss chicks move. And now I'm starting to see a lot of you boss chicks online, you know, talking about you can't find a man, or all the men you find are these feminine men. That's what you're going to attract. But because that's the type man that likes this masculine boss chick woman. Again, I'm not saying it's not about getting the bag for you women. Get the bag. Matter of fact, if you play your part first, if you do it right, your man is going to help you get the bag. You don't have to struggle. You want that store, you want that website, you want to be able to sit at home and chill. That's the ideal life. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine the role a boss chick would play in my life. I can't even imagine the role she would play in my life, man. You know, again, I ain't gonna kick a dead horse. I just want to say that.